Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are finally going to be finishing this bar top. So this is video 2. If you guys didn't see the last video before, make sure you check that out where I installed this beautiful piece of wood in between this area I cut out of my new house. But today is the day we're actually going to finish it up and make it look really pretty. We are going to be using some 2-part epoxy. They gave me a whole bunch of different colors. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna go with. First, I'm Will. If you guys are new to the channel, we own a marketing firm. We're mainly a digital marketing firm, but we do like to vlog on occasion, share some stories, go on some ventures, do some DIYs. So if you guys aren't familiar with the channel, make sure you check it out. Give me a follow on Instagram, give Ben a follow. He's my business partner. So if you guys like DIY projects and just overall fun stuff, we definitely appreciate you kind of giving us a thumbs up. But back to this. We have a whole bunch of things I have to do to this top before we can actually pour these 2 epoxies together and blend in some colors to make something cool. So first thing we need to do is cut a little hole right there because I'm gonna put my Alexa there. I have some power run through there, so I wanna get a hole in there. Then what we're going to do, we are going to just kind of draw out little lines because I want to be able to pour epoxy in these holes. You see I have some screw holes here too, which we don't want. So I'm going to use some wood filler to fill that in and then kind of Dremel my way a little line across this entire table so all this epoxy will show up in the pour. Okay, now we can get to work. Okay, so all the holes are cleaned up. Next is the pencil. Literally, I'm going to just draw designs on this table to where the epoxy is going to be poured into. I don't think I could mess it up too bad. Let's get the drawing and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna kind of gouge all this out, carve it out, and then mix some epoxy. Let's get to it. I've done really long, swooping lines. So this kind of is replicating the, probably gonna butcher this, but Lichtenberg machine. Lichtenberg machine or process is where you take 2 electrical currents from a transformer, you take water and baking soda, you run it on water, and the 2 electrical currents touch together and they burn all the wood. So that's kind of what I'm replicating. I wish I would have done that here, but obviously I'm not. Let's clean this up, get some sanding done, and then figure out how to mix some epoxy and pick some colors. All right, let's go. Wow. Okay, so after a nice sanding, getting rid of all the pencil lines, I still have to sand out a little bit in the crevices. But other than that, I think it looks really nice. Next is epoxy time. I'm gonna read some instructions, set up the epoxy, lay out some colors. I might have camera woman pick some colors because if it was up to me, I would just go like gold and black and red. Probably shouldn't do that. Narrowed it down to the 4 colors: a copper, mahogany, cobalt blue, and battleship gray. The epoxy that I bought is equal 1-to-1 ratio. We're gonna run 2 ounces. So we're gonna pour in a nice 1 ounce. One thing about epoxy, you have to make sure you do it very equally. Now we take this stuff, part B. Now we take our mixing stick here. We are finally back. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. I have learned a lot in this process. I have used a chisel, a hand sander, a round orbital sander. There is a fine layer of dust everywhere. I've been inhaling wood dust mixed with epoxy, which cannot be good for you at all. I bought a whole bunch of, I'm gonna run some 80 grit, which is super, super abrasive. And then I'm gonna skip right to a 220, hopefully smooth everything out, and then possibly do like a hand sand, and then clean it all up, clean my house, and pour some clear epoxy. Because I'm really tired of this project and I wanna make another video and do something else. Come back. Wait, I did that wrong, didn't I? So then when I'm done and it's all over with, I'm gonna snap my fingers and be back with a completed project. I did it wrong again. Whatever, you guys get the point. We'll be back. It is smooth as a baby's behind. It's not perfect. There was a lot of bleeds in the epoxy pour. First time doing it. But I'm gonna wipe this down, suck up all the dust, and then we're gonna put some like enhancing oil on it to see what it's gonna look like. And I'm really hoping this epoxy that I poured pops. So when I lay the clear coat over it, it's really gonna stand out. So let's get this cleaned up and see what it actually looks like. I don't know, maybe just pour it on there. This is a lot of work for this result. I'm not really too happy with this. Now I'm gonna look at this for the rest of the time I have this house every day, because this is the focal point of my entire house. Okay, well maybe after I pour the epoxy, it'll look better. So I'm gonna clean all this up and then we will come back and figure out how to do a clear coat, 2-part epoxy over the whole thing, and hopefully have it not drip all over the place. Okay, I have 8 ounces of the 2-part clear epoxy. I'm using some foam brushes. Okay, well, I'd say that's pretty well mixed. Well, that really comes alive now. Wow, the sparkles are coming out. I'm gonna take this phone call and we'll make some progress. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. I have never been so happy to see a yellow rag in my entire life. The project is finally done. You have no idea how much I underestimated epoxy woodworking in a house that's completed and the amount of cleaning and dusting I had to do in my entire life. But this little guy says it all because I am doing the final wipe down so I can give you guys the unveiling of the epoxy top. Look at that. I mean, not bad. Wait. Let's get rid of that. Right, Goose? Right, Gator? By the way, that's the next project. There was a wall here. I gotta fix this floor, so I'll get around to that at some point. What Goose? What Goose? What Goose? Give a spin for everybody. Give a spin. No, not a spin. Oh, by the way, I hurt my finger. Give a spin. Back to the top. So, this is the epoxy top. It looks really good, but it looks even better when you do that. Okay, so now the color is really coming out. It was a lot of work. I hope you guys learned from all my mistakes. As always, we appreciate if you give us a like. And if you really like it, give us a follow because there's a lot more cool things to come. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this entire process. Now, what to do next, as my broken finger or cut finger says. Anyhow, until next time, guys, see you soon. But more of Goose! More of Goose! More of Goose! Dun 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 dun. Gator, sit. Sit. Give a high. Not a scratch. No, that's a scratch. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Thank you. Sit. Sit. High five. Oh, good boys.